estás? Es Esteban Marron. Today I thought what we would do is look at some paper, and I thought because we're going to look at paper, I'm just not going to show you my face, because every time I show you my face people are like that, and they're like, hey, you're showing your face, it is an ugly mug, oh, I just want to see the pen, oh please, less of your face, more of the pen. So at this point I'm kind of sick and tired, and I'm just gonna do this, right? For this particular video, so that all those people can now be happy and be like, oh, that Brown, what a lovely chap, he just doesn't show his face whenever we want to, and next time it's back. Okay, so I was contacted by Artur. I'm sorry if I do not pronounce your name correctly. Artur is in Poland, and he contacted me and he said, hey, you reviewed Michał's pen. I'm gonna get there. Michał's pen. Anyway, this beautiful pen from Tamanuri Studio, and I make calligraphy paper, and I was wondering if you'd be interested in reviewing some of my products, and I said, well, absolutely. So he sent me very, very kindly paper. So what we have here, I'm going to show you quickly what he sent me, and of course we're going to do a writing sample because you want to see how it performs. But Archie's Calligraphy is the brand. This is the A5 notebook, which is dotted in this case, but it is also available in lined, squared and plain. It's very special dots. I don't know how well, yeah, there you can see it. So it's a very special layout. The dots have thicker dots every 1 centimeter, and then for every 1/3 of a centimeter there are thinner dots. So this is really meant for calligraphy. Think of specific slants, angles, etc. These notebooks, these A5 notebooks, have 48 sheets of 100 gram paper. 48 sheets makes for 96 pages, right? So, you know what I mean, like the page. Anyway, 96 pages. 8 of those are perforated, which I always like. You can take them out if you want to. It's hand stitched, so it lies flat. I'm going to be irreverent and really crack that open, but as you can see, it does indeed lie flat, which I really like, because when you're writing, it's very annoying if there's a bulge underneath it. And it has a special double back cover. You can see that here. I'll show you how that works. They are working on a leather A5 cover. They already have a leather B5 cover, which they did send to me, and I'll show you what I mean by this special double cover the best I understand it. And there is a little pouch here in the back which you can use, and it even has a little closure. So all that's quite nice. I have nicely, like I said, again, kind of broken the spine there, but I did that on purpose. You can see this is perforated. You see that comes out quite easily. So 8 pages perforated, the rest not perforated, and then of course an elastic band to close it, and no less than 4 bookmarks, which I thought was really quite nice. I like that when a notebook has that built in. The price for these, the A5 notebooks, are, for the record, A5, that's 148 by 210 millimeters, is €13.99. So 13, that's 1-3, okay? 13 euros. Then we have, I'm going to take this out because I'll do my writing sample in that. Then we have a size up, okay? So that is, that's the B5. B5 is 170 millimeters, so 170 millimeters by 242. Now, in principle, this particular notebook, I'll show you another one in just a second, is basically a B5 version of this. So same paper, same page count, but in this case it's lined, and as you can see, same structure. Thicker lines for every 1 centimeter, thinner lines for every 1/3 of a centimeter. I will say, looking at this, I find it a little trippy, but maybe that's just me. Oh, what I forgot to point out, they also come with a blotting sheet, which is great. You write, you can put that in, you can close it, right? So you don't get ink on the other side, the other page. So this happens to be the lined, but also available in the same squared, plain or dotted As I said, same page count, same binding, and again this system, which I'll show you in just a sec how that works in the leather cover. And again the 4 bookmarks, all that. So it's just somewhat bigger version. But then, oh sorry, and the price for this is €14.99, so €1 more and a slightly smaller one. But you do get quite a bit of extra paper space when you think about it. Now then, this was probably my favorite. There's the B5, so same size as this one, but a much bigger, thicker notebook. So again B5, same paper type, also B5, so again 170 by 242 millimeters. Same options available. This is squared, so same squared, lined, etc. I like the squared a lot because I've always loved squared. But this one has 120 sheets of paper, so not 48 but 120, and as you can see, if I hold them side by side, you will see that is really quite a bit thicker. So that is a lot of paper. Same functionality, same pouch in the back, same, well this I'll get back to, this double back end cover, same blotting sheet, and again same paper type, but much bigger. The price for this one is $22.99. Now just do the math, okay? 48 sheets, 48 sheets, $14.99. 120 sheets, $22.99. Just saying. Then finally, what they sent me, it came in this really cute. There's a paper sleeve. They also make notepads that are optimized for different kinds of calligraphy, so different slants, right? So you have Gothic, which is very straight, or copperplate, which is has a strong slant, etc. So they have this type of cover. I like the fleur-de-lis. Like it's a cute design. But this was just a sleeve with paper wrapped around it, and this is one of their leather covers. So it has the name. I always forget what this is called. Is that embossed or anyway? You know what I mean. The name is in there in relief. Highly professional, and it's beautiful. It has that leather smell, which I love. They come in different colors, and they open up. This is their B5 leather cover. It has a fountain pen slot right here. Now I have really big pens, but I'll try to put in a Metropolitan. As you can see, that fits really nicely. It goes all the way down, so don't actually lose it. Maybe want to clip it in with a clip. But so very nice, and a little flap. Kind of keeps this separated, which I enjoyed. These covers are €69.99. It's a very nice leather. It's very soft. It's very smooth. What I will say is it's really quite thin. So be prepared for that. It's really quite thin. On the other hand, €470 for a leather product. I would kind of expect that. Now, what's the whole deal with that back cover? I've tried to figure this out, so I hope I've done this correctly. But in my mind, what you do is you take your B5 notebook. I'm sorry if this makes terrible noise. You kind of slip this in there all the way, right? Pull it through, and now you take this part of the cover, put that in, weave this through, right? You see you've got these little holes. You could even do it twice if you want to, right? Like put it in here and then put it through there again. It's really not coming out. And now there's a set, and there is no way, because you weaved this through, there's no way this notebook is going to come out by accident. So I thought that was kind of fun. I think it's a cute idea. You can also tighten the elastic band if you want. You can slip it under there. So this works very well. Then on this side you have a little sleeve. You could put some loose paper under, and there you go. There's the setup. So of course what's very important is that you want to see the paper in action. So let's do that. I'm just going to take this one because I've just set it up. Okay, I am not being kind on the spine here, but it's holding up very well. Let's try. Let's see what we can do. Here we have a fine nib. This is Konig king size. And the ink is, pardon me, Akkerman Delft's Blauw. Okay, here's something that I will tell you that I love about this paper. It has a bit of feedback. It's not the super, it's smooth, but it's not the ultra slick, almost slippery feeling that you get on Rhodia Clairefontaine. And to be honest, I really like that, because on very slick paper, the hell, I find that sometimes pens start to skip a bit. Plus, that's often a coating, and that coating can actually come off, and you have to clean your nib. So just saying. Okay, here we have the Classic Pens LB6. This is a medium nib. To be honest, it writes more like a fine, but let's just ignore that. The ink is Montblanc Corn Poppy Red. I thought I would use a nice saturated ink. Yeah. Let's also make this a bit wet here, just to see what that does. Do that with the fine as well. Okay. Now I happen to have one more fine here, but I thought, given that this medium is kind of like a fine, let's just do this. This is an Omast Paragon. The ink is B.R.E. brown, of course. Then as a broad nib, I have two options. Let's use Michau's pen. So we have fine, medium, fine, but let's continue with this. This is a, strictly speaking, a double broad, Bock. It's not the broadest double broad in the world. The ink is again B.R.E. brown, so I'll also use another broad in just a second. Yeah, I really bear in mind that the camera microphone typically picks up feedback very strongly. It's sensitive to that frequency, so this may sound horribly scratchy. It's not a scratchy feeling when you write on it. I felt that a little bit with the Omast, but I didn't feel it with any of the other pens. Okay, here we have, this is an interesting pen, 3D printed by William Shakur, but this is a broad titanium nib, which, because the titanium is also a bit flexy, so I thought we would just kill two birds with one stone. The ink is Laban Blue, which I'm going to be honest, I have really kind of fallen in love with. I find this a very attractive washable blue. I don't know if it's actually marketed as a washable, but I think of this as a washable blue. Nice, and has pretty nice shading, which I really enjoy. Let's see if we can have some flex. Ew, that's a shame. I was too fast there, wasn't I? It's a shame when you're trying to have flex and you're too fast. Of course it works. The entire time. Now we have our flex writing. I'll give that a little bit of an opportunity to dry. And then the final pen I had was the Leonardo Furore, which has a stub nib and has Leonardo. No, has, I was going to say, this is not Leonardo, I didn't put Leonardo turquoise in. This is Iroshizuku Konpeki. So here we have a stub. Okay. So, dry, 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 dry. So it's a very scary moment. So this, by the way, would be a great opportunity to put this in so you don't actually stain the other side of the page. That looks pretty impressive. There is some show through, but there is no bleed through. Show through is in my mind is fine. No bleed through. I'm really checking, but I don't see anything. Very impressive. Very impressive. So no bleed through. I don't see any feathering either. Even with this, now it's not the most, it's a pretty well behaved ink, but I don't see anything. So I am very, very impressed. That's very nice paper. And I would say I find these prices, to be honest, quite fair as well for what you get, especially for those super thick notebooks. Very nice. So anything I particularly like, particularly don't like? Well, with paper it's always a matter of does it write? Does it actually do what it's supposed to do, right? Is it that's a little overexposed, so I'm just going to leave this open. Is there feathering? Is there bleed through? In this case there is not. The paper feels very, very solid, but I mean 100 grams, you would expect something very solid. It is very nice. I am not really a calligrapher, so I wouldn't use this for calligraphy practice. I can see how you would use this or the loose leaf pads for calligraphy practice, but even for normal writing as a normal notebook, it is so fountain pen friendly. This would make a great journal. They actually also have, I think, day planners or something, so it's really neat. I like the leather product. I think the prices are, to be honest, more than fair. I like it. The stitching is good. The stitching does allow you to open up your notebook completely, which I like. So I don't really have many bad things to say about this. If anything, yeah, as I said, for the leather, yeah, the leather is a little thin. It's quite a thin piece of leather, but it is a very attractive leather. I love this color of leather, that deep maroon color. I've always loved. It's always been my favorite. So I love it. I think it's a great product. There's not much else I can say about it. I think it's very good. The binding is good. The paper is good. Well, if you buy paper for fountain pens, you want it to be fountain pen friendly. I cannot say anything, but this is 100% fountain pen friendly. So there you go. Artur, thank you very much for sending me this. I really appreciate it. Guys, I hope this review was useful, and I'll gladly see you later. With or without my face. Bye!